So I guess you want to know what happens when the narcissist loses control. Let me tell you, it's not very pretty. Not that it's meant to be pretty, but it's not good. I'm going to talk about this in the video. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So we've got a great video for you today. What happens when a narcissist loses control of you? When they lose control of you. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. It's not that it's meant to frighten you or anything. You're not meant to feel afraid or frightened. It's actually a good thing. Okay, when they lose control of you. You've worked really hard, and I know that this has probably been really painful for you. I know that this is not a good thing, but for you, I mean, like, emotionally it's not good because you've had to go through so much to get to this point. But when the narcissist loses control, let me tell you, they're not going to like this. They are going to do certain things to try and either punish you or try and get you back. But before I get into the video, please know that I go live on this channel once a week. I would really love it if you were to join me. If you have any questions or things that you want to talk about, and let's not forget the wonderful community that join me every week over on the live. You know, there's great conversations going on within the chat as well. So if you want to join, you've got questions to ask, please see the description box below. Okay, so when the narcissist loses control over you, they are going to really hate this because the narcissist is all about control. They want to have control over someone. This is them down to a T. This is what they are all about. It's about control and it's about manipulation. And the reason why they control and they manipulate people is because they need to know the outcome of the situation. Now, if you think about it, this stems back all the way down to childhood. Okay, so in childhood, they would have had a very difficult, abusive childhood, which meant that they have had to separate from their authentic self to build this exterior. Okay, and this exterior, okay, is where the ego comes into play. They build these defense mechanisms and they stop anyone from coming in, or they stop feeling. So what they do is they disengage from their emotions and their authentic selves in a bid to protect themselves. They try and mold themselves into something that they feel that their parents would want, because all that child is looking for is unconditional love, which they're never going to get from their parents. So fast forward into adulthood, this is what they are doing. So in order for them to gain control, they have to predict, or they have to maneuver the outcome so it turns out the way that they want it to be. Because remember, they are lying. Okay, they are not living in the same reality that me or you are. They are perceiving their environment, other people, other people's emotions very differently to the way that me or you do. So they will see things in a completely different light. They will interpret it in a completely different way. Because remember, if you are someone that doesn't feel, that doesn't have emotions, or doesn't have the emotional intelligence, then you're going to see things very differently. Added to the fact that you are really disconnected from who you actually are. You know, so you're not behaving from a very authentic place. You are not being you. So you're constantly scanning your environment to try and just fit in, to try and be liked, to try and understand what's going on within your environment, simply because you don't want anyone to find out or anyone to see through your facade. And this facade exists because they don't want the people or you to find out about their true selves, about their past, about who they are, and that they are lying and that they don't live in reality. The narcissist is aware that they do this. They know that they are doing this. Okay, and they do this because it's their response to their damaging and abusive childhood. That's what it is. It's their response. So this isn't something that can necessarily be corrected, because in order for this to be corrected, you would have to have a huge level of self-awareness. You would have to have understanding that what you're doing is wrong, what you're doing is not okay. And so the narcissist doesn't want to admit that. They're getting their needs met. Why do you want to change? They don't want to change. They're doing and getting the results. So the reason why they're controlling you is because they're getting the results. They have to manipulate you in order for you to conform and behave in a certain way that they want you to. They get the results. So why do they need to change? So this isn't something that the narcissist is invested or wanting to happen, even though a lot of them probably do go to therapy. But what they are very good at is being able to verbalize their emotions without actually feeling their emotions, because a narcissist sees emotions as weakness and they see it as a vulnerability. So remember what I said, like where as a narcissistic child, they disconnect from who they are, their authentic selves, because this is a trauma response. This is their way of coping with a situation that has been presented to them. They're just merely surviving. So when they lose control, when they lose that touch of reality, that control over you, they're not going to like this. This is very difficult for them to fathom, for them to understand. So they will quickly try and get back to the way things were. They're not going to be sorting things out with you. They're not going to be expanding, looking at things to try and work things out. This isn't about that. This is about regaining control over the situation. They're trying to quickly get back to how it was, to how it was before, so that basically they're going to try and manipulate you into conforming, because that's what you've done before. So they're going to expect you to do it again. They want you to do it again. And so this is why, you see, my friends, this is why they come back. This is why they try and, initiate the same responses or give you something or tell you something that you want to hear, because this is about quickly moving the situation back to how it was before. You see, and people who do that, they're not really recognizing, they're not really understanding. They don't want to know what's going on for you and why you were feeling this way or why things went wrong, the first time, the second time, or the third time. This isn't about agreeableness. This isn't about working things out. This is about you being compliant and you just doing what the narcissist wants you to do. If you listen to the way that they speak to you, the terminology, the language that they choose to speak to you, you will then realize the agenda behind this, what is going on. You see, narcissists, like I said, because of their skewed way of seeing things, because of their dysfunctional childhood, this isn't about working things out. And if you think about it, right, their way of understanding relationships would have come from their parents or their caregiver. Now, if that was dysfunctional, then they're just going to be repeating the same patterns into adulthood. This isn't going to change. This isn't about working things out. This isn't about healing. This is about you being compliant and for things to go back to the same way that they were. So the fact that they haven't got control over you, they're going to be very rageful. They're going to be very angry. They will either really punish you and make you pay for the way that you have made them feel, for the way that you have escaped and, you are not conforming, or they will try and get you back. In some cases, yes, they will try and get you back, which means that they are coming back after the discard, after the silent treatment, so that you basically do what they want you to do. That's what's happening here. They want you to conform, but they will come back in being really nice, really kind, telling you what you want to hear. But believe me, you will soon be punished for this, because they are not going to let this lie. They're not going to let you get away with this, unscathed. You are going to be punished for trying to get away, for them losing control over you. You see, the narcissist is unable to let go. And you're probably thinking, how, Anushka? Like, they've moved on, they're in another relationship. But they can't let go because they can't stop trying to get in contact with you, or they don't stop watching you, even if it is, you know, very covertly and you don't know about it. But these are toxic behaviors. Can you see like past this? Okay, when they lose control, look at what they are doing to try and get you back. They are using force and aggression and manipulation to try and get you back, which is how they got you in the first place, isn't it? Through their mirroring, through their love bombing. That's how they got you. It wasn't through truth and love and kindness. It was they forced you into this scenario. So they're going to do the same thing again. They're going to keep you imprisoned with lies, with manipulation. You see, that's how they think a real relationship should be. This is transactional. You give me something, but I'm not going to give you anything back. You supply me, you give me, but I'm not going to give you anything back. And you see, that is what is going on here. They are not about working this out. The fact that they have lost control over you is very detrimental to them, because that means that they have lost a source of validation, someone who is giving them something that they wanted, and now they've lost it. For most of you, they will just leave it as silent for a little bit and then come back. You see, this is the attachment disorder. They don't understand it in another way. They're just reenacting old childhood patterns, the way that they have learned relationships to be. This is an attachment disorder. It's an attachment that they have to you, not a relationship, an attachment, so that you can supply them, you can give them something for nothing. They're not going to give it back to you. And I know that at the beginning of this relationship, this person would have promised you the world. But again, they're telling you something you want to hear. They would have figured out what your needs and wants are, what your triggers are, and they use them against you. So guys, if you are someone who is going through this and would like to maybe talk about it and maybe understand this a little bit further, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I also have a mentorship and a journal club, and if you're interested in joining, please see the description box below. I also have a Discord server, which is absolutely free for you to join, and it's a community of like-minded individuals who have gone through similar experiences like you do. If you would like someone to talk to, someone to maybe share your experiences, please see the description box for the link for joining Discord. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this video helps. See you in the next one. Goodbye.